In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to get more clients for your service-based business, because without a steady stream of perfect fit clients, well, your business is in trouble. But trying to sell your services and get more clients for your service business using traditional and commonly prescribed marketing tactics is a recipe for disaster. This is because marketing and selling services requires a different and more strategic approach than the ones you usually see talked about in books and blogs and online. And this is why many service professionals, coaches, consultants, experts, and creators struggle to sell high-value offers and attract new clients with any sense of consistency. It's not that their business is bad, it's simply that they're using the wrong tool for the job. As you probably already know, it's not enough to just be great at what you do. The health of your business depends on your ability to get new clients in the door. So today, I want to share with you a few of the most powerful ways to get more and better clients, sell higher priced and higher value offers that attract the right kinds of clients, and the proven strategies to help get your business to $100,000 a year, $100,000 a month, or whatever goal you're trying to achieve. So let me show you how it's done. And it all starts with deconstructing and re-engineering one of the most popular and common phrases in all of sales, ABC. There's a saying in sales and marketing that goes ABC, and it stands for always be closing. While it's more of a motivational phrase than a business growth strategy, it's essentially just saying that you always need to be on the lookout for new prospects, selling them on your ideas, and ultimately closing them. And yes, while doing all of those things is an important part of the overall process, well, it's not everything. In fact, today, it's not even the main thing. As this quote from Investopedia says, "In the modern age, studies show lead generation, customer follow-up, and strategy sessions comprise a greater part of a salesperson's day than closing." So that's where we need to focus first, on lead generation, customer follow-up, and strategy sessions. Because when you do it this way, well, selling becomes almost automatic, kind of like a natural byproduct that occurs simply by you having done all of the things that you just did. Yeah, I think that makes sense. In fact, it was this very same concept that first drew me to marketing in the first place. The thought that I would be able to make sales almost as a natural byproduct or an end result of all of the marketing that I did ahead of time, well, it sounded almost too good to be true. Wait a second, I thought the best way to sell services was by pushing and manipulating and making the prospect feel like garbage, and basically using every hardcore closing technique in the book. Oh, my poor, ridiculously well-dressed business friend, you couldn't be more wrong. In fact, this is one of the biggest challenges that the modern service-based business owner faces today, trying to overcome decades of bad advice that often does more harm than good. This is why the very first thing I suggest you do here is replace that old adage of ABC, always be closing, with ABC, always be creating. So let me break down what that looks like for your service business now. Whether you sell coaching or consulting or professional services or have a done-for-you agency model, all of the things that I'm about to share with you are going to be equally applicable. This is because selling and marketing services is significantly different than selling and marketing products. This is due to the fact that a certain level of trust and authority and belief in what you're selling is going to be required in the prospect in order for them to actually trust you and believe what you're saying and essentially sign up, enroll, or become a client. After all, in many, if not most cases, the clients can't actually see what you do or how you do it, or the end result that they're going to experience until after they've hired you or signed up or bought from you. Also, the end state, the promise, the deliverable that you're promising they're going to receive at the end of doing business with you, well, it may be a little too intangible or obscure or hard to fully understand, or it may not even sound believable to your potential client. Wait, why wouldn't people believe me? Well, it could be due to the fact that you do some pretty sketchy stuff. Like what? Well, how about that time you told that guy you could sell him a program that would make him a millionaire in 6 months? And? Well, that was 6 years ago, and I just saw him the other day making coffee at Starbucks. How was the coffee? It was actually pretty tasty, thanks. But wait, that's not my point here. My point is that you sold him this program based on a lie, and you way overpromised and underdelivered. That's not my problem. The system works if you do the work. Yeah, but the system doesn't work. Right, but it could potentially work. Yeah, technically, I guess, but do you really want to build a business where you don't actually help people and just scam them out of their money? Well, this is why when it comes to always be creating, there's a few things that you need to focus on if you really want to make your business stand out from the crowd. The first is all about creating content. It's no secret that content marketing works. I mean, entire books have been written on this subject, articles and studies have been conducted, and I even have a number of videos and trainings right here on this channel to help you get started and incorporate an element of content marketing into your business. But the key thing to remember when it comes to creating content, and this is especially true for service-based businesses, isn't to focus on creating content per se, but rather to focus on creating opportunities. Because really, that's what your content is there to do. Opportunities for your business to be found, opportunities to create a connection, and opportunities to elevate your position and your level of expertise and authority in your market. In marketing, we call this inbound marketing because it's all about drawing your ideal clients in rather than you having to go out there and chase them down. Now, your content could be blogs or podcasts or videos or Facebook posts or LinkedIn articles or pretty much anything you can think of, so long as it's in alignment with where your ideal clients are present and active online. The key is to focus on prioritizing your content marketing as that core component of your service business growth strategy. With that said, the next thing you want to focus on is creating value. Creating value is all about making yourself and your business an indispensable and irresistible part of your clients' everyday lives. Your ultimate goal is to try to make yourself your client's #1 resource and go-to advisor for all things related to your industry. Basically, what you want is for when your clients to think of anything related to your industry, well, their very first thought is to think of you. And the first step in doing this is making sure that the content that you're creating is both useful and relevant to them. This shows your potential clients that you understand their pains and their fears and their frustrations, and that you're well equipped to help them solve them. As the famous quote by Theodore Roosevelt goes, "Nobody cares how much you know until they know how much you care." Another aspect is always looking for ways to help and serve your market, even before, in fact, especially before money has ever changed hands. Basically, trying to give them as much value as you possibly and reasonably can, which shows them that you're there to help and you've got more than enough good stuff to go around. There's another old business saying that goes, "People don't like to be sold, but they love to buy." This is why genuinely caring about the people you serve is a mandatory prerequisite to making any kind of sale. Today's clients, well, they've seen it all, they've heard it all, and the odds are pretty good that they've been burned before by some less ethical and less scrupulous business person. Huh? Now, one quick and easy kind of mindset shift to do here is to simply replace the word selling with serving, and automatically a lot of the grunt work kind of takes care of itself. The beauty of going about things this way, by creating content and creating value, well, when you add them together, it kind of automatically leads to the next and arguably the most important step, creating trust. Creating trust is one of the most important elements in services marketing. After all, like I said before, in many, if not most cases, the clients can't actually see what you do or how you do it, or the end result that they're going to experience until after they've hired you or signed up or bought from you. Fortunately, trust occurs naturally as kind of a byproduct of creating content and creating value. And it makes sense, doesn't it? After all, given the choice between two different service businesses, one who is always out there creating content, creating value, helping and serving, and putting their name on everything they create, and another who hides under a rock and never creates anything, never really goes out of their way to help or to serve or to do any kind of marketing whatsoever, and it's not really hard to see what most people are going to choose. But there's another way that consistently creating content and creating value automatically and subconsciously, somewhat psychologically, leads to creating a whole new level of trust, and this is known as the mere exposure effect. The mere exposure effect is a psychological phenomenon where your clients start to like and trust you more simply by seeing your content and you more often. In other words, simply by creating content and showing up in front of people and staying top of mind, they'll naturally start to trust you more. So anything you can do to create more content and show up in front of them more often is going to help a lot. But if you're looking for even more service business marketing strategies, well, the next thing you're going to want to do is check out the video I've got linked up right here on some of my best strategies for marketing a service-based business. So make sure to check it out now, and I'll see you in the next video. It all starts with tip number 1, which is to sell the end. This is probably the single most important tip of this entire video. Actually, maybe the second most important tip. I saved the best one for last.